Hello, everyone. This is another installment of Chocolate Chat, brought to you by the Persistent Rumor. I am Chocolate Yoddah, spelled Yoddah, because film studios are litigious. And today, I'd like to talk about perception, right? Famously, Hamlet says to Guildenstern, I believe, "For there is nothing good or bad, but thinking makes it so." That's a pretty powerful statement whenever I've considered it, because can we automatically assign the meaning to an incident, or are incidents neutral and only meaningful based on the meaning that we give them? So I believe it's the latter. And here's a little bit of evidence to think about. So there's an accident. There's a car accident on the road, and which it makes sense that it would be on the road, because where else would cars be? And you have 10 witnesses. Now, if you ever speak to a police officer who has taken the eyewitness accounts from witnesses to an accident, he or she will tell you that you are going to get, for every different person there, a different story of what happened, because it depends on so many things. But here's the funny thing. Aside from, maybe someone was standing on one side and another person standing on another side, so you literally have different perspectives, they can't even agree on the color of the car very often, or the cars, right? So how does that happen? How is it that we know for a fact that the car was black and the other car was gray? So how do we hear that one car is green and one car is blue? It's all about perception, right? So we have baseline reality, which is the cars and what happened. There's an absolute reality to that, but perception changes that reality. And one person might think, oh, it was the westbound driver's fault. The other person might think it's the eastbound driver's fault. And that all comes about based on what Shakespeare wrote. There's nothing good or bad, but thinking makes it so. So how many things in your life fall into that category, where you just assigned meaning to something without considering if there was another meaning possible? And there always is. That's the interesting thing. Whenever I'm thinking something, whether it's I think I'm an idiot or I think I'm a genius, which I never think I'm a genius actually, but for illustration purposes, let's say I think I'm an idiot. Now I can just go with that. I can just decide, well, I must be an idiot because I thought it, so it must be true, right? Or I can ask, what other possibility is there? And I didn't ask, is there another possibility? Because I know that there always is. So what other possibility is there? Oh, it's possible that I just didn't know this one thing, and then I decided to assign the meaning of idiot to that. But that's not true. I just didn't know this one thing. So this happens a lot in interpersonal relationships, but really it could be anything. Oh, I had a bad day at work today. Are you sure? Or was it 5 minutes of your day that was uncomfortable? Because really, what does life come down to, except for this string of incidents that you decide you either like or you decide you don't like? That's pretty much the only options, right? This thing happened and I liked it. This thing happened and I disliked it, right? And then after that, it's, what does it mean? So, I got into a confrontation with my boss, so my day is ruined. Or my boss and I had a disagreement, we discussed it, and that was the end of it, right? So I think it's a valuable thing to keep in mind and pay attention to how your mind works. Because, like the rap song, my mind's playing tricks on me, and it can. You can wind up thinking something that really didn't happen. You could wind up thinking that your significant other meant to hurt you when they weren't thinking about anything like that. You could decide that your mother hates you when your mother just might be a little bit more critical than she needs to be, or it's endless. It's really endless. So consider that idea. Consider what Shakespeare wrote over 400 years ago, and see where you can apply that in your life. I think that you'll be better off if you do. Thanks for listening. Talk to you soon.